I'm John McParland, and welcome to Dysfunctional Dialogue. I'm here with a couple of great guys, Steve Macaluso, Steve Aselta. Hey, guys.
Hey, I've been watching and rewatching that last one we did with Chris.
Yeah.
Him riding his bike to his cardiologist.
It's so funny, man.
It is.
It's just my favorite thing. My favorite thing is how Chris will keep on talking, and me and you are just firing back and forth at each other, and he's still picking up on it, you know. But he's like letting us go and having our fun. It's just the best. And it really brings me back in the day.
Oh yeah. That's what it was like all the time.
Can you lower your camera a little bit so this way your eyes are more like at the 3/4 level? Yeah. Beautiful. Look at that.
That
I
makes
should start
all the
looking
difference,
professional here.
That makes all
the
difference.
It makes a big difference. Yeah, it's also in editing. I mean, I got to do some crazy shit when it comes to like framing things out and among other things. Editing that one with Chris, I mentioned before, I'll mention again, nightmare between all of the audio issues, and there were tons of them.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
His phone falling down all the time.
Gail loved that. Gail's like, every time his phone fell down, she was like, that's funny. He's a man.
It is. Yeah. That made a great short. The one where I was saying, you're killing me. and you're like, John, you got to give me just I want a full unedited version of this.
Yeah. Well, the time that it happened when he was saying that he got hit by a car.
Yeah.
And the phone went down.
Actually,
you should have made a crash noise or something. I learned that.
You know, what was so funny about that is Macaluso just quick as a whip. Because Chris goes, he was hit by a bike, and then we corrected him. And then as soon as he fell down, he goes, oh, you're hit by a bike? I mean, not like hit by a car. You went right back to the bike. It was perfect. It's perfect, man. That kills me. And, you know, I have to look at that stuff so many times for cutting up the shorts and stuff. And particularly with that one, I mean, because of all of this shit. I mean, there were so many things wrong with it. I never got tired of it. It was always funny for me every time.
Do you want me to send you the picture of Chris at Steve's bachelor party?
No.
No. That lives in my memory only.
I would like to have that, but I can't post that on here. But, you know, I would if Chris didn't care, but he would. That'd be a little much, I think.
You think so?
You think?
I'll ask him.
Send it. Chris.
Send it. I'll ask him. Do you think so? No, maybe not. Actually,
you should have got his number so we could text him live. Hey, Chris,
you should have use this. Pull him into this, John.
No. I'm not kidding. It's no. Having 4 people is more difficult. Having 3 of us and then Chris, not a chance. I'll be editing this thing for the next year.
That would just be like a whole mess going around on the other side of the screen, you know? It'd be the 3 of us talking and then just mayhem over here with stuff flying around and, you know, tea and all.
Tea.
Yeah.
Tea. All right. So the last time that we were on here together, the 3 of us, we had found out the real reasons why Steve Aselta wears sweatpants. But he tried to put under the guise because he had the broken hand, broken wrist. Steve, how is the cast is off? I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been fine since.
Yeah. Do you have full flexibility?
Yeah,
right.
I can stick it on my toe.
Are you still wearing sweatpants?
No, I'm wearing shorts now.
Oh, okay. Well, shorts you got the same kind of access, didn't you? I got it. Okay, very good. Nice touch.
I'm wearing sweatpants. Anybody care?
We don't care.
No notifications this time, no, please. I was wondering, guys, anything from your days at Gilbert, your grade school?
Gilbert.
Yeah. I know I'm asking a lot. It goes way back. That's what ages first grade to.
We had a gym teacher that had really bad jock itch, and all he did was scratch his balls all the time. Yeah. You remember that, Steve?
Yeah.
Mr. I don't know if you may want to edit that out.
Yeah, I'll take the name out. But I remember you telling me about that guy. There was more to that guy, there wasn't there?
No, really. I mean, he was a character. You know, he was, Joe Jock. He was always wearing sweatpants.
Yeah.
And he said it was jock itch, maybe not.
Yeah. Someone actually left a can of jock itch spray on his desk one time.
Oh, fucking high school kids, man.
Yeah. No, that's just grammar school.
That was sixth grade.
Grammar school.
Oh, my God. That's right. That's even better.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That is hysterical. You sure it was a kid, not one of the other teachers?
Well, who knows?
Oh, who knows?
You know, stop running the rake over that thing. Here you go. Here's a can of this stuff. Put it to use.
Yeah. There's kids around.
What's that?
There's kids around.
There's kids around. Hang on a second.
Let's leave.
What? What's the matter? What are you saying?
When you edit this, split, you would come back and we'd both be gone.
No Irish goodbyes this time, Aselta.
Come on.
So we're what are we, 10 minutes into this? And I got to get a refill.
Go get a refill.
Okay. Anywho. Hey, this is Dysfunctional Dialogue. This is John McParley.
And I'm here with Steve and Steve. Steve Macaluso, Steve Aselta. I think Steve Aselta's screen froze.
No, I'm asleep. I fell asleep.
Hey, Aselta, can you tilt your camera so you're a little higher up in the image? No, you don't have to be that. Macaluso, you're doing just fine. Thank you.
I didn't even move my camera.
No, I know you did. I know.
Is that better?
It is better.
Perfect.
Yeah. It makes a difference. What's that?
How's that?
I guess that's just so all the moving around is gonna be in editing. So have a little fun, guys.
I could be like Chris.
No, Chris is more like this.
Yeah.
That was amazing. So
what else?
How's Christine doing, Steve?
She's doing well.
Yeah.
How are your wives doing? Everyone
Fantastic.
doing good?
Oh, Did you watch that one with Debbie?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, that was a good one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Her in the preschool, and is it the preschool she was working in, or
yeah, it was a nursery school.
Nursery school,
little
and
kids,
like she was like coming out with like not meaningful, like inappropriate stuff, kind of.
Yeah,
and they were like going to tell your daughter, you know what your mother just said?
It was the baby sex party.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the best lines I've ever heard. Yeah, we had a blast. It was a lot of fun. So, and Aselta, once you and Christine came on, it became so clear that couples with a good relationship that just beat on each other, and have a lot of fun is such a win for these kind of things. Because it's so freaking funny. Those conversations are priceless, which is why Gail should get on there.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, I'm just saying but she should for that reason.
You know what was when we went out, the last time all of us went out together?
Yeah.
And we said that you were Santa Claus. You were going to come, and read whatever you're going to read to us. And you said, yeah, I'm going to come down your chimney. The look that Christine gave you, like, it was like the first time, it was like she never met you before. Like, she was like you disgusted her so bad. And I was hysterical. I was like, hey, you picked a good one here, Christine. That was the funniest thing. Just the look on her face.
Yeah, that's a great line.
It was.
Yeah, I wasn't involved in that conversation. I missed that one.
We said that Steve looked like Saint Nick or something like that, and he was going to come to my house and read the night before Christmas.
Yeah.
And we were talking about him. I was going to sit on his lap because he was Santa Claus. And then he went, "Yeah, I'll come down your chimney." And Christine was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, what do you do with that? I mean, it's just so awkward.
But it's good that the wives can be involved in that.
Oh, yeah.
We can have our normal conversation in front of them, and pretty much Gal's heard it all. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
You mean our abnormal conversation?
Yeah.
Right, and that's a huge deal. A lot of guys don't have that, where you have to you have to compartmentalize, right? It's the guys hanging out and doing their thing.
Yeah. Oh, we got to tone it down. The wives are here. No.
Yeah, you get all of us together, and it's just one thing firing out after the other and just mayhem. Guys, I was going to bring up, I was wondering, so we've had obviously a lot of different times where we've had more than our share of beverages for the evening, back in the day in particular. But what was one of the top 3 or whatever most effed up you've been?
Oh, jeez. The hole-in-one in Hoboken was one for me.
Oh, the hole-in-one in Hoboken. Wow, that's right. Yeah, you were
I swung for the trees on that one.
Is that Bahama Mamas?
It was Bahama Mamas in Hoboken, right, on Washington Street.
Yeah.
And it was the end of the night, and there was almost nobody in there at that point because they were getting ready to close down.
Yep. And I swung for the trees.
There was like a little putter in the back.
Yeah. And if you got a hole in one, you got a free
telling them,
tree.
Steve. I'm telling them. They have no idea what we're talking about. See, these guys.
Yeah.
Whoever they may be. Hi, guys. Welcome to this conversation.
Yeah.
So, anyway, there was...
Right?
What's that?
It's just the 3 of us.
That's right. It's just the 3 of us and the wall here that we're talking to. There was a putter in the back there, just one little thing. It was like Price is Right kind of thing where it was like as long as that, like 10 feet or so. I'd get Bob Barker in there. Insert picture of Bob Barker here. And then you were so smashed. And God, Steve, and from your perspective, tell me how it felt at that moment to do with the glory that you did.
It was I don't know. It wasn't. I walked up there and you had to putt this thing, and it was what? It was maybe an 8 foot, maybe 8 foot long, 10 foot long. This thing.
Yeah.
And I went for it. I smacked the thing like I was taking a slap shot, and it ricocheted off the back and went in the hole. And I went, oh, and I went back to the bar and fell asleep. Put my head down,
passed out. Yep.
You're down
to sleep on the bar.
Yep. You literally went. You wobbled from that moment to go to sleep.
Yeah,
it was that you took a few steps over and you were done.
I was like, listen, guys, if you let me do this, can I take a nap?
That's pretty much what it was.
It was
and we're like, well, hell, he earned it.
It was like I had 18 holes, you know.
Yeah, that was a good sloppy one. How about you there, Mr. Aselta?
It's too many to mention.
No, well, do you remember one of them that you could bring up?
You know,
how about one that we were there and we could fill in the blanks for you?
It's really not me remembering. It's more like someone else remembering and telling me.
Telling you the story, yeah.
You know?
I just told the story on Friday about riding the divider on 21. Me dressed as a woman and you dressed as a Viking.
There you go.
That's just the worst, man. Because look, we did very stupid things when we were younger, and unfortunately, one of those things from time to time was drinking and driving.
That was in Hoboken, right? That was a party in
yeah. You guys coming back from Hoboken. You're on Route 21.
Weren't we driving your red Camaro?
Yep.
And I was driving, right?
No, you were sleeping, and so was I. Neither of us were driving.
Oh, that is so stupid and so bad.
Yeah, put your disclaimer in there, John. You're right on the thing. We do not.
I think I just did. That was my disclaimer.
Yeah,
I do not approve of this.
Times were different back then.
Right, you started hitting the cement divider.
Not really. I think we knew we weren't capable of doing those things we ought not to have. Nothing's really changed.
Right. We never drove on anyone's front lawns and did donuts.
No, I know. Nothing, yeah.
We never did any of that stuff.
No. There's a lot of other things we never did.
There's curbs you've taken with that Corolla that I won't take with my truck.
Corolla, you can't beat it.
I brought that up on the call with Debbie. I might edit that out.
That comedian, what's his name? Tom Papa. In the first stand-up I saw, he goes back in, and he grew up right in Woodcliff Lake, and I'm pointing like, everybody knows where that is. It's right behind my wall. Woodcliff Lake, right there.
Yeah, they're in 15, 20 miles.
He goes, I had this orange Toyota Corolla. And I'm like, I know the car. I've been in that car. You probably bought it from him.
So should I share with you one of my drunken stories?
Of course, John.
Were we there?
So one of my most drunk times, I was way too young to be drinking, way too young to be out, and way too young to be at a Kinks concert. In Madison Square Garden. And I tell you, I had the football jacket on me that from the 8th grade, and had a little rip in the side, and I slipped a Seagram 7 in there. So Joe drives us in. We find our seats. By the time we're there, I'm already smashed, but I brought it in with me, and we're drinking some more, and I had almost the whole thing. I weighed like probably almost nothing. This is
you weighed what I weigh now, probably.
This is like 9th grade, maybe. So whatever it was, 1980, I think. And I was just so smashed, and I had to go to the bathroom. So I go down and I look left, and there's no one down that way. I'm like, well, I guess that's not the way to go. So I walk the other way, and I don't know how many bathrooms I may have missed, or if I missed any, I don't know. But I can tell you that by the time I stumbled my way out down the hall, and like halfway fell asleep against the wall, and having people nudge me and saying, "Hey man, you all right?" And then go to the bathroom. I come out and I'm like, wait a second, the Kinks were there, and now they're over there.
They moved.
Shit. So I'm like, I had a brilliant moment there. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to the inside of the rink to walk around on the inside because there's less steps, right? So I'm walking around on the inside, and it just took forever. Finally got back there, saw me, pulled me back up, and I'm not sure how much time went by. And I had to go to the bathroom again. Joe's like, look, it's right to the left. Just leave and go right to the left. The bathroom's right there. I'm like, all right, I got it. And again, I look to the left. I'm like, well, there's no one down that way. And I went to the right, and the same thing happened, where I was halfway falling asleep, people shaking me, hey, man, you all right? At one point, when I got back on the inside, I saw this like bright blonde hair. And I'm like, all right, well, that's Joe. And I walk up, and I fell down on those concrete steps, and people were tripping over me and shaking me. Hey, man, you all right? I got up, and I walked, and finally, again, Joe grabbed me again, and finally he's like, we got to get the hell out of here. So we get down, get to the car, and he had one thing that he said to me, John, whatever you do not throw up in my car. We're on 80, and all I can get out was puke. Joe swings over to the side of the guardrail. The door, I opened the door up, it kind of bounced a little bit off of the guardrail, I think. I'm not positive, but let it go right there, release right there, get back to our neighborhood. And Joe's like, I can't let John go into his house like this. I gotta do something. So we go across the street.
Where does he bring him?
Well, at your house.
To my house.
Yeah. We go in there, and all I remember was walking by, like saying, like, just very drunkenly hello to people.
It was just me and Mary were up.
Yeah, and I walked through your kitchen, and I hit up against the back room door jamb.
The door jamb.
I spun around. I spun around and landed perfectly in the rocking chair, the cushioned rocking chair. It just fell back, and that was it. I was comfortable for a while.
You weren't.
I don't know how much time went by.
You were sitting there going.
Was I really?
Like half an hour. Yeah.
No shit, really?
Oh yeah. I was completely sober that night. I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember everything about that. Wow. And Joe was like freaking out. What am I going to do with him? I can't bring him home. Mary's like, well, what do you mean? What are you going to do? You got to bring him home. Wait till his parents go to sleep. I don't know. Call Jimmy. Do whatever.
Yeah, calling Jimmy would have been the answer. Well, unfortunately, I went back. I didn't know Joe was following me. And I go up to my back door, and it must have been my oldest brother. He left, and I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to walk into the back door, and no one's going to know. My parents are probably already asleep. It'll be good. I walk up to the back door, and the iron rake was facing the other direction. I stepped on it like out of a freaking cartoon. It hit up against my forehead. I went back like this, and then I fell forward into the storm door, making all sorts of rattling noises. It was just terrible. I somehow got my composure. I look up, I look down, and Joe is down there by the sidewalk. He's just shaking his head like, oh no, this is not good. I go inside, And my dad is right there. My conservative father is right there in the kitchen. The newspaper like this. Did you have a good time? I mean, he was 2 feet away from where I was when I was making all that banging noise. I said to him, "Oh, yeah, Dad, it was a great time. I think I'm going to take the dog out for a walk now." I'm sure it came out. I'm not, you know. And I remember I just grabbed a rope to put on his collar, taking him for a walk. And we were a few blocks away, finally relaxing. Like I wasn't relaxed already. And I didn't realize, but I tied the rope to the flea collar, which slips. And Brandy saw a squirrel, took off. So now I'm stumbling around the neighborhood, going through backyards, smashed out of my mind, trying to find my dog. Finally caught up with her, was carrying her back, walking up the street, and a little piece of sidewalk was sticking up that much. Tripped over it, fell on the dog yelped, and some guy was driving by. I swear to God, he rolled out his window and goes, "Hey, man, you all right?" Just like everybody else all night long. Terrence ended up turning me over in the middle of the night, probably saved me. It was disgusting. Yeah, good times.
I remember that. All right, so that's your top. You got any more, Steve?
You got any more?
Probably my bachelor party.
Yeah.
So, you guys kidnapped me for my bachelor party. You didn't feed me. You got me totally drunk, handcuffed on the bus. I had to take a leak. So I was in the bathroom on the bus, pissing, and the bus turned the corner, and I fell out of the bathroom, pissing all over the place. You guys hysterical. The bus turns the other direction, and I fall back in the bathroom, and the door shuts. And all I hear is the bus go fucking nuts. I'm on the floor laying in piss and beer.
Probably still whizzing.
So you had a good time.
And that night, we
well, if you're talking to me, the answer is yes.
Yes.
No.
That night, you guys had to carry me off the bus with Ross and Bob, and the three of us threw up Mad Dog 2020 all night.
Oh, yeah, the Mad Dog 2020. That's right.
I mean, why would you drink that to begin with, right? I understand there's that whole memory thing to it. It's a nightmare.
That goes back to a long time ago.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. We should copyright it.
Wait, copyright what?
We should copyright it. We talked about it before. We should have our own business. Leave it to us. And we will throw bachelor parties.
Oh, yeah.
Think about the things that we did.
I don't think we'd be able to afford the insurance on that.
Can you imagine the stories, though, that these people would have? They'd be like, yeah, we hired these guys to throw our bachelor party, and they wound up getting trashed and puking all over the place, and we were all fine, but they were hammered, They were pissing all over each other. And
That's right. Some people hire strippers. They just hire three buffoons to get smashed in front of them.
3 buffoons. That's it. And it's a win-win. We make money. We drink for free all night.
It's a profit deal.
It could work.
It could work. All right.
What else you want to talk about?
John's got a list. He's looking at his notes.
I do. I have some things that I thought.
You want to talk about, John? We talked about that before.
What?
About what?
Pet peeves. Different shit that really bothers you, like that. Just insane stuff. Like
if you got 1 or 2 things that have been pissing you off, Steve, get it off your chest.
Yeah. Driving. Everybody else on the road but me. What's it like driving down by you?
It's a lot better. I mean, just so much better.
Everybody down there carries, so no one's road raging.
Yeah, but I don't think it's out of fear for people. I think people are just more chill.
Even the people that you're right, everyone's waving at you.
Well, in our neighborhood, it is. Yeah, we're all waving at each other. Yeah, I took a little bit of getting used to.
What do you do on the highway? You just fucking wave.
Yes, hey! No one's got their hands on the steering wheel.
They just keep your hand out the window. Keep your hand out the window doing this.
It seems like people that come from other areas, they come through our area and they seem to chill out a little bit more. A lot of people from up north have come into this area. Just like anywhere else, great people. You go to some areas and people are, we were at a food store the other day and they were the happiest, nicest people I could ever imagine in the supermarket. It's like they were working in like a Disney cartoon. They're a freaking supermarket. These people are the happiest people on the planet. It was incredible. So yeah, you'll get some of that. That's my pitch for the Raleigh area.
Okay. I was just curious because, I've noticed that because, we've driven to Disney countless times. As soon as you get out of the New Jersey, maybe even past the Delaware area, it's completely different. People cruising, people letting you in.
Well, except when you get to the Washington area, though, right?
95. I mean, that's a little crazy, but it's 95 all the way down. But just, it just seemed a little bit more mellow.
Well, even 95 further south is much more mellow.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Once you get out of the megalopolis, right? That whole stretch in particular, it makes a big difference. Yeah, it really does. It's noticeable. I could tell you that when I go back up to New Jersey, I feel the angst when on the road. I didn't even notice that I felt that way.
Yeah.
I don't experience that anymore at all, like zero. Like super, not zero, like really close to zero. And when I go back up there, I can immediately feel. I can tell you the last time I went up there, I was like maybe a quarter way into New Jersey. And I immediatally felt it. I'm like, fuck, it's because someone did something, whatever. Yeah, here we go. Welcome back home.
I'll go for a refill.
Yeah, I should probably get something to drink.
I'm going to stop the recording. Hello and welcome to Dysfunctional Dialogue. I'm John McFarland, and this is Steve Macaluso and Steve Aselta, two of my best, two of my oldest friends. Guys, welcome. All right.
Are we starting all over?
I'm going to do it every 10 minutes now. All right. So right off the bat, would you rather have sex with a goat?
Yes.
And no one you say yes.
Yes.
All right, on to the next one. And no one finds out or not have sex with a goat, but everyone thinks you did.
I'd have to go with everyone thinks I did, but I didn't because I couldn't.
Well, no, but then you're going to miss out of all those pleasures of having sex with a goat.
Yeah, you lose out on
their pleasures, John.
I mean, you might as well.
You might as well nut once,
That's John's theory. You might as well.
You might as well nut once.
Everybody thinks you did it. Might as well get one out,
All right. Let's see if that makes the cast.
Yeah.
All right. So you're saying that you figured best not actually have relations with the animal.
Right. People are going to say what they're going to say anyway. People probably already think I have.
Well, yeah, that's right.
If they've been talking to me, they do. Oh, yeah, Aselta, he's got like 4 of them at home.
Well, there was the goat, there was the chicken, there was...
And that one marmot.
The one what?
Marmot.
Marmot.
What?
You've never seen that movie?
What movie?
You've never seen The Big Lebowski?
Yeah, I've seen The Big Lebowski.
Hey, when they put the ferrets in the tub with them, hey, nice marmot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great movie.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather orgasm every time you hear the Happy Birthday song?
I do now.
Or have that song start playing every time you orgasm?
Well, it's almost like...
never hear it again.
Remember when Frosty would get his hat back on? He'd be like, Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Would you orgasm every time you did that?
Yeah.
Every time I put a hat on.
Yeah.
Every time you had a hat on.
Yeah.
I like that. Every time you had a hat on, you orgasm. Nice. He calls it the Frosty.
The Frosty.
honey, I want a Frosty.
Yeah. You know what? His wife's already fucking iffy about him with the coming down your chimney thing. So.
Oh shit!
Aselta, you're frozen because you were just laughing your ass off and you're not moving. There he is.
Been here the whole time.
Come on.
Would you rather give up sex or music? The stupid question.
Sex.
I love music.
Yeah.
Wow. Really? Oh my God. I guess it wasn't a stupid question. That's amazing to me.
Ask me 30 years ago.
Oh, still, whatever. I don't know.
That's a tough choice.
No, that's the point. Just like the goat question. It's a tough choice.
I mean,
What
think about
cheese?
I mean, personally, music moves me, right? So I use music when I work out. You know, when I'm feeling down, I'll use music to pick me up. You know, you relate to music in so much of your life. You know, that's hard.
Define sex.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to define it as having another release ever, just to make it that much more difficult. For you to
So
make
now
this
you're
decision.
really killing me.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no self-pleasure in this. You guys are like, oh, I'll just crank one out. I don't need another one. You know?
It's all right.
I've been with this woman for years anyway. What's the difference?
When you say give up, John, when you say give up music, if I'm watching a movie and there's music in it,
No, it gets muted out.
it gets muted out.
It's muted
Yeah.
out.
And you'll
So
never
even the
hear another
movies are
beat
like
ever.
bland then,
If your
right?
wipers are going perfectly to the beat, you're not going to hear that either.
So you're not going to hear
any
Peter
music.
Gabriel.
Can you hear it in your head?
Nope.
Wow.
All right, just shoot me because I can't choose.
I like that music on when I'm having sex. So, I mean,
That's a real conflict.
Is it circus music?
Is it circus music? I was going to ask him what kind of music.
Or no, that. No, another one of my pet peeves.
When
The
people have
cardboard.
the power cords on their computer?
The cardboard on the inside of a toilet paper roll.
Yeah.
If it's got a crease in it or if it's oblong and that thing wobbles, I hate it. If I get one that's nice and smooth where you can pull that stuff off and it makes no noise, I'm a happy guy.
Steve, not more than an hour ago, I replaced the toilet paper roll and it was all mangled on the inside. Like, oh, yeah.
Fuck that.
No. I get in there and I manipulate that inner core.
Too, yeah.
I manipulate the inner core every time to make sure that it's a smooth roll.
Yep.
You know, because when it comes to wiping, I want a smooth roll. Man's got to have his priorities. So, Steve, back when you were younger, right? I mean, I'm sure you had a ton of stories in and around your neighborhood. You know, anything crazy, unusual kind of thing happened? Things you did with Ross, things what you did with some other guys in your neighborhood?
Yeah, I mean, Ross and I used to ride our bikes all over the place, right? So
Yeah.
we used to go into Saddlebrook a lot, and we would always date the Saddlebrook girls, you know, and the Saddlebrook guys didn't like that. So we'd go riding into Saddlebrook, we'd hang out all day or whatever, and then we'd get chased out of Saddlebrook, right? There'd be like 5, 6 guys on bikes chasing us because we were hanging with their girls or whatever. So, you know, we'd have to run across the railroad tracks back into Third Woods and, you know, back and forth all the time. But we rode our bikes everywhere. I mean, you know, nowadays you let your kids go outside and they go around the block, right? Ross and I were like 4, 5, 6 towns away on our bikes.
Yes.
Our parents never knew where the hell we were.
Yeah, it was another
John
world.
John and I walked to the freaking Bergen Mall once.
We
Yeah, I
walked
mean, you know, it's like
everywhere.
crazy, right?
We
You
walked
can't do
everywhere.
that now.
Yeah, I mean, and I mean, think about that. I mean, the amount of exercise that we got walking. Now, granted, we were abusing our bodies in other ways on some of those occasions, but we were.
I don't want to know the other ways.
What's that?
I don't want to know the other ways.
I don't know what you're thinking.
You were using your bodies.
I don't want to know what you're thinking. Yeah, absolutely. Riding bikes around the neighborhood, walk around the neighborhood, and just everywhere else, blocks and towns away.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. That was awesome.
And there were no cell phones. Right. There weren't even beepers then.
No, there was none of that stuff. No.
There were payphones.
Yeah.
And if
I was 12
lucky,
years
you had
old at Shea
change on.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Huh?
What was that, Mac?
I was 12 years old at Shea Stadium at a Who concert.
Were you 12?
12 or 13, yeah. I think it was 12.
Jeez, wow, that's awesome. That was a crazy night.
You should try to get all 8 of us on, John.
I would love to be able to do that.
Do it.
I came very close to doing it when we were all together out and about at the mason jar. I had bought these things, put on our lapel. I tested it out though prior, and it just had some issues with it, or it just wasn't good or something.
I don't
But
wear
John,
them.
I still don't understand why you can't do a podcast with a group, one camera and a group in front of you.
All right, so I could, but it will be a lot of noise. It would be tough to. So having everyone's audio isolated is very helpful with editing and pulling things apart. People like so. For instance,
So what you just had there, was that just the microphone?
yeah.
But if your shirt doesn't have lapels on it?
Oh, you can still kind of clip it somewhere.
But it's just a microphone. It's not a microphone and camera.
No. I would.
Okay.
No. So your phone would be the camera.
I can see your throat.
Wait, what was that?
No, but it'd be facing everybody else.
In a camera.
You'd see everybody else.
Facing everybody else. Individual views from everyone is a very cool thought, right? But to answer your point before,
You got to get body cams like the cops use.
Yeah, but then you got a lot of shake and stuff. Everything's got to be stationary. It makes a big difference.
Why? We're shaking it?
You're saying
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much we move, how much the titties move. You'd be surprised that it's bouncing on these calls. When you get the good laughing going, they get moving. But to answer your question before, so say for instance, Steve Aselta, Wait.
What the hell was that, Mac?
I don't know.
He was just squealing.
I know. The tire was getting let out, It was that hiss.
Oh, it's funny.
But the I tried 3 times now. I'll go for a 4th.
There it goes again.
To answer your question,
another
Steve.
one.
It's Sunday. We're tired.
Sometimes, yes. So sometimes people step over each other's lines, each other's words, or someone can have something really funny, and then someone else says something that's just not right. It should never be aired.
Yeah,
right.
You know what, John? I got to ask you about that. I've watching somebody's, and like you'll be talking, and somebody else will say something. You can't have both people talking at the same time.
I can, but I'll purposely mute them because sometimes you're just stepping on it and you can't really hear the other one.
Yeah.
You can't hear the best line, right? So I'll go back and forth between who has the best line and who needs to get muted out. Yeah.
So it's John's opinion who has the best lines.
Yeah.
Guys, just to be clear, I almost always defer to my guests on those things.
We're not guests.
It's just because I would much rather just sit back and just have you guys be funny as balls like you are and not try to step on you,
If we are.
What's that?
If we are.
Well, yeah. Tonight aside.
Add that in. If you are.
Yeah, I mean, other than tonight. Any other time we're talking other than tonight. When you guys are rocking and rolling.
No, I feel an Irish goodbye coming.
No. This is a stupid question.
Wait, what? Right here. I'm not even going to do an Irish goodbye. I'm just going to go lay down, go to sleep while you guys are here.
and leave the recording going. Yeah, nice. All I ask is that you time your snores to go with the laughs. Would you rather feel aroused 24/7?
No.
Or for only 1 day per year?
Huh.
24/7.
Well, I thought the answer was going to be, well, I'm always aroused, so what the hell's the difference? It's assumed. So what's the answer?
24/7.
My answer.
24/7. Yes.
No, Matt, no, that was a question. 24/7. That's
Well, that mean to have a raging one the whole time would be a real problem.
Yeah, you'd have to watch where you're walking, and
But you didn't say that
too quickly.
You didn't say that.
I didn't say a raging, just a feeling aroused, right?
Aroused.
Yeah, but it depends on your definition what that spectrum is of aroused. I mean, if you're fully aroused, then you might get arrested a few times or more.
And you get arrested for that?
I don't know.
It depends on where you are.
Why don't you go find out?
I mean, if you're at a kid,
I mean, really, can you get arrested for that? I mean,
if you're at your nephew's softball game, then yeah, But I mean,
so you're allowed to say that because it's called dysfunctional dialogue. It's perfectly okay.
Actually, you need to edit that out.
I don't know if I do.
Yeah. Would you come with us, please? Yeah. We should have our own business. Leave it to us, and we will throw bachelor parties.
I don't think we'd be able to afford the insurance on that.
Can you imagine the stories, though, that these people would have? They'd be like, yeah, we hired these guys to throw our bachelor party, and they wound up getting trashed and puking all over the place, and we were all fine, but they were hammered, They were pissing all over each other. And
that's right. Some people hire strippers. They just hire three buffoons to get smashed in front of them.
3 buffoons. That's it. And it's a win-win. We make money. We drink for free all night, and we don't remember anything. It could work.
It could work.